Good morning, Michigan Ultimate Survivor League members. It is I, James L. Graves, fresh off a day of complete sleep. Still don't feel great. This camera's still focusing bad. We've been relocated to the basement here as we get new furniture, which is where it should have all been started from the first place. Sorry, but it's going to be rough. It's going to be a rough one. I feel terrible. We're going to get right to it. Appreciate the kind words, although someone did thumbs down my last podcast. Probably they didn't like the what is it?
Yes, Obama is the Antichrist.
That's probably what got the thumbs down. I don't know, but I'm done with that. That was fun. This thing sucks. I hate this camera with a passion, but anyway. We're going to it. Tips and tricks. Bottom 10. Here we go. Bottom 10. Tips and Tricks and Super Original. Neither of these guys have mustered up a win yet. Tips and Tricks has not been randomized every week, by the way. Super Original, I don't think has been randomized at all. He's just picking bad lineups. I'll take your money. Back in the losing column. Lost 2 straight. 1-4, 2000. There's that damn Y2K bug again. I don't know what's causing that, but whatever. Run it back. David Dalton gets his first win of the year. Congratulations. So I don't have to do any more Alex Jones impressions anytime soon, I don't think. That fan, need to turn that fan on. It's hot down here. Giggle. I don't know what's going on with Michael Myers there. He gets a win finally, so he's up to 92. Tom Farmer, Watson, Spawn, Masseuse getting fondled to another loss. 4 in a row for him. My team is down here in Shit Town. Providence Power, not great. Lost another tough one. Lost by 4 points. Not a great lineup. Although I did have, what's his name? Sorry, I can't stop clearing my throat. Trying not to do that into the microphone. The quarterback for the Bengals and the wide receiver from the Bengals. Quarterback delivered, the wide receiver did not. Could have won, but lost. Whatever. And his brother, FarmersOnly.com. Jesus, I don't know if I should record this or not. Matt Farmer, also in the bottom 10. BVC, Brad Van Camp, 3 in a row. Hockenstein, 1-1. Gets his first win of the season. So giggle, run it back, Hockenstein. All 3 of you get wins. And then Joe Buck yourself gets a win. And not only takes him out of the bottom spot, 95 spot, or 96 spot, but also gets him up into the non-top, or the bottom 10. RV guy was randomized. We'll talk about him later. We go through here. A couple big drops. You're in trouble. Drops from 23 to 44. Password is Taco from 20 to 41. CD's Nuts from 18 to 39. Whispering Eyes 24 to 37. Alshon Jeffrey didn't kill himself after I gave him all those praises. He lost. Falls from 17 to 31. Paul Mullen Incorporated from 16 to 29. Then we get our 25, top 25. We have Brady O'Bush back in the top 25, former champion. Stephen Bailey's Rays has never changed his name, but maybe he likes it. God, I'm so sorry for that. But he's on a 3-game win streak into the top 25. Ketchup and Mostert, 2-game win streak, 388. The Black Hole wins 1 game in a row. The Bradley family's like the mob in this bitch. They can win anything at any time. Nasty Nutria, we made that whole joke about her being 13 for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Loses to her brother. Is there a way I can mute this thing? Yeah, maybe I'll remember to do that. Nasty Nutria falls from 13 to 21. Digger Phelps also loses, goes from 14 to 20. Fly Eagles Fly loses. They have 411 points. They're 3-2. That's kind of bad luck. If you look below them or even above them, most people don't even have 400 points. Patriots, they're on the back on the win streak. 3-2, 423. The Apache Chiefs will not be playing the Tomahawk drum this week. But they lose after that all that hype they got last week. They're down to 11 to 17. Tallywhackers, they won a game they needed to win. It's 438. And then we're into the 4-1 teams or 15 4-1 teams or better. Starting with Brady's backup. Only 309 points, but have won 4 games. You go down here, Even teams like in this bottom area have more than 309 points. FarmersOnly.com, something like that. So it shows you a lot of luck's involved. We said that from the very beginning. Colloquial Kiss finally loses, thank God. Sorry, we love you, Matty Bradley, but we want you to lose. Especially when you're in my division, which I think you are. You are. Cheechki up from number 21 up to 13, 3-game win streak. Can You Digs It up from 25 to 12, winning his third in a row. DeWyans loses, and that means they fall from number 2 all the way down to number 11. We're playing strip podcast, I guess. Yesterday I felt like I was freezing, and then I immediately, well, not immediately, but afterwards felt like I was dying because I was sweating. Damn near slept in the nude. Woke up this morning, thought I was better, because I was actually cold again, but now I'm hot again. So no one knows what's going on with my body, but it's not working out, that's for sure. Number 15, You Feeling Lucky Punk, wins again. Up into the top 10. Good job to you. Show Me Them TDs. Up to number 9, up from number 10. Chop It Off, It'll Make You Stunning and Brave. Twilight Zone reality, folks. He got his claim to fame, or he got his little 15 minutes of fame last week with our guest host pronouncing his name many times. Up from number 12, number 8. Sag Nasty's notch above top notch. This guy has 366 points. He is the lowest ranked undefeated team, which is not a bad place to be, by the way. At the end of the day, he is still undefeated. 5-0, but only 366. I mean, that's putting him way down in the points compared to some of these other teams. In fact, you go down probably to 1-4 teams. Steel City Sackers has more points than him. Lick It Before You Stick It and Devastation Incorporated, who won, by the way. Congratulations to Mike Davis for her first win of the year. So there's an undefeated team that has about as many points as those poor bastards. Or Ben's lucky, one of the two. But nevertheless, at the end of the day, a win's a win. And then we have, did you turn on another light? Yeah, it looks like it's weird lighting. Tenacious D, 5-0, 386. Bleeding Blue Bombers up from number 4 down from number 4 to number 5 after winning. That's an unfortunate place to be. A lot of Velada says he's going to change his team name to A Lot of Concussions. Seems to start guys with concussions. I just start guys that get hurt all the time, including Damian Harris this week. Ran one time, got taken out of the game. That was cool. I also started Dak Prescott. I also started Dalvin Cook. All these people who I've started over the so far this year have been hurt early in the game too. I did not start Teddy Bridgewater. My dad did, and he still won. That shows you what kind of luck I have. That's a chunky. Up from number 7 to number 3 with another win. Poe Swag wins but falls from number 2 to number 1, which is crazy. No one saw that one coming. Cassandra, do you know who the number 1 team in the nation is?
I think I do. Yes, no, maybe. I don't know.
She says she does. And the answer is, I'm not even going to drum roll, Malcolm Rodriguez in the middle of my thighs. Hopefully you're not. Okay, hi. I was making sure you're decent back there. She wins, and not only did she win, she won with top 10 all-time score, 133 points. I thought it might be up there at the top, but
thank you, Travis
Kakamba.
Kelce.
Yeah, Travis Kelce. We'll talk about him in a little bit. Kakamba's actually has the number 1 and number 2 all-time highest scores, which is wild. 148 and 146. You're definitely in the shot back there, just so you know. Okay, putting away laundry. All right, cool. This is the kind of bonus entertainment you get, folks. Laundry getting put away. So there's that. That's the top 25. Congratulations, new top team. Several new teams up here in this top 25. Good to see James St. Germain up there again. Haven't seen him in a minute, which is good. That means his phones aren't messing up. Winners and losers. Here we go. This says week 2. We know it's actually week 5/week 6. We're going to type week 6 up in this bitch. Number 1, Travis Kelce. I don't know why there's giant gaps here. I don't know. Travis Kelce, my first winner of the week, popped up. Okay, the guy, you know how many yards he had, Cassandra?
I don't know, like 150.
Incorrect. She said 150. I'd take the under. 7 receptions, 25 yards, 4 touchdowns. Holy crap. Yeah. That's a lot of short game. You know all about that, don't you, Cassandra? Anyway, moving on. Loser number 1, the Thursday night game. I was going to pull this up. In fact, I'm going to pull it up still. I don't care. I'll get flagged for some kind of violation probably. I don't know if I can find it. Oh, my God. No, I'm not even going to look it up. So, former owner of this league, Jacqueline Burkeen / Jacqueline Redar now. She's married, in case you didn't know. But those who remember as Jacqueline Burkeen, she lives in Colorado, used to live in Indianapolis, and went to this game on Thursday night wearing Colts gear in Denver, and she was making posts all night long about how boring the game was. And then apparently afterwards there was a fist fight between a guy in a Colts jersey and a guy in a Broncos jersey. And this other guy said, "Who fights over a field goal game?" What was the line? I don't know what it was. It was like, we all should get our asses kicked for paying to see a bunch of field goals, which is pretty funny. But we're all losers. Because all you got was field goals. And that was a real snooze fest. And God, Russell Wilson, I love him, man. But can't blame him. He got paid to just get up there and do nothing. I would be mad if I was a Denver fan, though. I would be. But I'm not. I'm a Lions fan, which means I'm even madder. David Dalton, winner number 2. You can't even see it on your screen. Here we go. David Dalton got his first win of the season. I don't have to do the stupid Alex Jones impression again. I wasn't going to anyway, but I want to just give credit where credit is due. I got on there, harped on his ass, and David Dalton gets his first win. Not sure who was over. But, sorry, I don't want to cough into the mic, but that's what you get. That's what you get. Loser number 2, of course, the Detroit Lions. Got blanked 29-0 against a team with a third-string quarterback.
He's a good quarterback, though.
He's not a good quarterback.
Better than Jared Goff this week.
Better than Jared Goff this week. Yeah, okay, that's true. So that's your loser number 2. Now, I do want to take a moment because we are 5 weeks in officially, which means we are kind of, with an 11-game season, you can't really do a podcast halfway through because it's between weeks 5 and 6, obviously. But we are about halfway through. I do want to look at the halfway through the year. I want to see where we're at with this. And we do this every week, but this week we'll focus a little bit more on it because we are halfway through. God, I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's go top 100 and see if anyone... I doubt anyone started anything like this, but... All right. So, Jalen Hurts, 57 out of 96 owners have started him so far. He's by far the number 1 started. Least started Dak Prescott. That was me. 1.23 points week 1, you pile of garbage. Anyone else started one person? Nope. Naturally. So, 6 people started Cooper Rush. That was maybe smart. They're going to have a quarterback controversy, I'm afraid. But we'll see. And then Josh Allen and Kirk Cousins. Well, Joe Burrow's second most started. Josh Allen, Kirk Cousins there. Okay, we're going to look at the look at the running backs here. See where we're at. Who's the most started of these guys? Jamal Williams, funny enough, most started. 2/3 of the league basically started him. What? Oh, yeah, it's going to be Motor City Comic-Con. That's the only plug you'll ever get for those guys here. If you want to see him, you can go see him. Saquon Barkley started by 52 people. Nick Chubb, I'm not sure why these points are so strung out. Like Will Hunting is over here. But Nick Chubb by 51. So this shows you, if you haven't started these guys, maybe you should if you're struggling. I haven't started any of these guys, funny enough, except for, of course, Dak Prescott, which I mentioned, which is why I am where I'm at. Don't listen to me. I'm too busy running this thing to run a good team. And then we have, in wide receivers, the number 1 wide receiver started so far is Jamar Chase. Number 2 is Deebo Samuel. That shouldn't surprise anybody. Brashad Perriman got started once for negative 0.35 points, so that's impressive. You can't see that, though. Let's see if I can do this. Nope. Nope. That's weird. I can't even show you the bottom. Tight ends, nobody really cares about. We're going to do it just so we can see. Dallas Goedert, number 1. He's the Goedert. Kicker, defense, I'm not going to waste time with kickers, but defenses we will look at because it's only 32. Wow, the Las Vegas Raiders started one time, scored 9 points. Pretty good. Who else we got here? Dallas Cowboys started 40 times. That's the number one starting defense there. 10-point average, so not great there. Randomizers this week, we had a few, unfortunately. As Air Allen, new owner needed, new owner alert needed. First person to contact me after this podcast. I'm not posting anything. I'm going to make sure people who watch this get rewarded. First person to contact me via private message/text will get the chance, as long as you do not own two teams and you're not in the same conference as Air Allen, which is Air Allen 17 is the team name. You will get to take over this team. You can send a lineup to me, and I will get you your login credentials and stuff. Because I told him he started a lineup last week. I told him if he misses one more time, he's going to get his team stripped or black bar in that one. He is gone. We need a new owner. RV Guy and Tire Up and Lock It Down, both also randomized this week. Not cool, but it's your first offense. Don't let it happen again, please. Air Allen has been randomized every week except for one, I believe. Well, maybe week 1 he wasn't. But week 2, week 3, week 5, you get randomized 3 out of the first 5 weeks. You get your team stripped from you. Thanks for playing. Bye-bye. And then we go to conference look. Real quick here. We're halfway through the season, about. You kind of start to see things take shape, but not really. There's still a lot that can go on. Jeff Lebowski Conference, you have number 2, Postwag, 13 and 14, all at 4-1. Couple good 3-2 teams there. Savage FC, 3-2, 2-game win streak. We get down to Kirk Lazarus Conference, Utheo and Lucky Punk, number 10. This is much more congested here, folks, just like me. 4-1, Utheo and Lucky Punk, but then we have several 3-2 teams. Any of these guys are fair games, and even the 2-3 teams could easily come back and win this. Fly Eagles Fly must have lost to somebody up here, because otherwise they'd be ranked higher. So there's that. I mean, no 5-0 teams here. No 5-0 teams in the Ron Burgundy Conference either. 2 4-1s will chop it off. It'll make you stunning. And can you digs it? The Richard Chapman Agency winning. He's in second place in that division. Kristen's Weapons, the Mass Double D Destruction, loses this week. They were up there. Kakambas, don't look now, but here he is. He always comes up. Marlin Incorporated, Young Bubba's Players, Brady O'Bush, and Double C's, all 3-2. New Orleans Rock Chucks. I just want to make a moment here and talk about them real quick. They made a huge deal about their lineups not getting submitted, so they were randomized, and they were winning still, and now they've lost 3 straight. So maybe you should go back to that, but don't do that because I don't want to strip your team. We love you too much, Aaron King. Dublin Drunks, FarmersOnly.com. I mean, these are good owners, super original. Paul Smith. I mean, like, these teams, I mean, someone has to lose, right? I mean, you got great owners across the board in this. Sorry. I mean, someone has to lose these games, you know? And unfortunately, this year, these longtime owners are losing to more other longtime owners / new owners. It's just the way it works. 2 teams, one has to win, one has to lose. Unfortunately, this time around, the old owners are getting their heads kicked in a little bit. Jess McCauley Conference, this is interesting. You have a 5-0 team and then a 2-game drop to the other teams. Here we have the Black Hole, Stephen Bailey's Rays, and the Apache Chiefs. Chubberts and True Blue Wrecking Crew all in the hunt here, obviously 3-2. You have Vic in a Box, Aching for a Ship, Honolulu Blues, Better Bring Your Concussion Protocol. Now, look at this. If you look at this league, this conference here, I mean, realistically, out of the 12 teams in this conference, 11 of them still have a shot this far in. Tips and tricks, I'm going to say, is probably unlikely they're going to win, but they're 0-5. But anything can happen. I mean, even the best they can do is 6-5. So I don't think they're going to win this conference. But you gotta keep trying. Dominic, man, you're going to have to start sending super lineups because you can still get in on points. I mean, that's where we're at this stage. I'm in the same stage with you, buddy. I'm 1-4. I feel sorry for teams that play me because I'm throwing it hard from here on out. So next we have the Frank Drebin Conference. They have 2 5-0 teams here. This is going to be interesting. Malcolm Rodriguez in the middle of my thighs and Tenacious D 1-6 respectively. Then there's a 2-game drop. Just here so I don't get fined. Patriots, Alshon Jeffrey killed himself for it. Alshon Jeffrey didn't kill himself. Those are 3-2. A couple 2-3s, then some 1-4s. Joe Buck, yourself, congratulations on getting your first win of the year. Brody Bruce Conference, this is interesting. 3 4-1 teams here as Brady's backup, Show Me Them TDs, and DeWyans all knotted up for the lead. Not sure who's won there. I'm guessing Brady's backup has beaten at least one of these two teams, if not both of these two teams. Show Me Them TDs and the Lions. Let's look here and see. Whoops, went to the wrong place. Let's go here. Got to click this guy's schedule. There we go. DeWyans. They've beaten the Wyans, and they play Show Me Them TDs this week. We'll talk about that here in a minute, what to look for. So, huge game there. 3-3-2 teams, 3-2-3 teams, and 3-1-4 teams down at the bottom. And we have Rod Kimball Conference. See, you can't even get all the way down to the bottom of this, unfortunately, because the way this thing's set up. Bleeding Blue Bombers and Sag Nasty's notch above top notches, both 5-0, 3-2 teams, several 2-3 teams, so things can still happen here. The RV guy, he might have abandoned his team because he was lost 4 straight now. Hockenstein, Josh Endicott hasn't given up. He put in a lineup and won this week. And then we get down to the Napoleon Dynamite Conference. We have a lot of the only ranked team, number 4. He's 5-0. The next drop down is 3-2, and then there's a slew of 2-3 teams with no winless teams. You can't see this far down, but the Clockwork Elves, followed by the baby of Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, which is Tom Farmer. Having a rough year, Tom. Play with Mike Ditka, Tony Cromwell, and then Steel City Sackers. Dustin Hanson finally got his first win this week. You can't see him on the screen for some reason. I don't know why, but... Oh, there they are. Hi, I'll just move you here. There they are. I promise they're there. There we go. So there we go. That's that. Week 6 preview. We're going to look at the schedule here real quick. It's 21 minutes. God, it's felt like I've been doing this for 2 hours. Not the most entertaining podcast. I apologize, but I don't feel great. In case you can't tell. Week 6. Here we go. Post-Swag taking on Giggle Giggle. Giggle Giggle is 1-4. Post-Swag looking for another easy victory, but Michael Myers, the Dark Knight himself, will not be deterred. He's determined to win one of these games. Post-Swag will be the perfect time to jump up and save the conference. Post-Swag wins too many more. It's going to be tough to catch her. And then we have a ranked matchup here. Number 13, Cheechki taking on Ketchup and Mostert. Alex/Ben Erickson. I don't have their names referred properly. I'm not sure which one that is. And we got, okay, a couple scrub games here. Yep. Air Allen 17, the new owner, will be taking on Cloacal Kiss. Remember, the first person to message me after this podcast saying, hey, I want that team, will take over as long as you're not already in this conference with Cloacal Kiss, okay? Or Air Allen. You can't take it if you're in that conference, so don't message me if you are. Cassandra, I feel like I'm on fire again. It's great. What? That is trouble, yeah. I turned that fan on, I think. Too much background noise already. This hum from the computer can be picked up on this microphone. I know it can. And then we have another huge matchup here is Tallywhackers taking on Uthiel and Lucky Punk. 4-1 and 3-2. Brian David taking on Josh Crampton. Couple legends, folks. Couple legends. Fly Eagles Fly, Mick DeBow taking on CD's Nuts. Mick DeBow, hopefully you didn't have any problems with your Sunday ticket. I didn't get any messages from you, so that's a good sign. CD's Nuts, old Bobby Wood, always up to no good, but he is up to some good as he's 3-2, taking on the 3-2 Fly Eagles Fly. That's a huge game, even though they're not ranked. Mullen Incorporated, he is not having too bad of a year himself. 3-2, taking on Can You Digs It, 4-1. That's a huge game for Mullen Incorporated. Chop It Off, It'll Make You Stunning and Brave. Twilight Zone Reality, folks, taking on the winless Paul Smith, super original. Paul, got to submit a lineup, bro. I mean, he has. He did. I believe he did. Right? He wasn't on this blacklist, right? I don't think he was. He was not. Maybe he should be. No, we love you. Oh, here's a big matchup here that no one's talking about. Neither team are ranked, but Ashley Cromwell taking on Cody Cole. Double C's taking on Brady O'Bush, both 3-2. Huge game. And I believe this is another one. Kakamba's taking on Kristen's Weapons of Mass Double Destruction. Kakamba's and Kristen's are both 3-2. The Black Hole, number 22, taking on Chubb Ertz, also 3-2. There's a lot. I mean, we're going to have a lot of games like this for a little bit. Better bring your A game. He's not ranked, but he is 2-3. Not terrible. Rob Jazerski taking on Stephen Bailey's Rays, number 24. Number 3. This might be worth it. Number 3. That's a chunky. Undefeated Louis Diana taking on the number 17 Apache Chiefs. We need a win, Apache. I gotta knock him from the ranks of the unbeaten. Y'all, come on, put on some kind of spell or something like that. Do what you gotta do. Also, prevent rain on Sunday, please. This thing goes on way too long. Yes, we need the Apache Chiefs' luck, because no one likes to see unbeaten teams in this league, especially me. What? Yeah. Unless their last name's Seagraves. And then, oh, man. You thought 3 versus 17 was good. How about number 1 versus number 18? Another great game here. Malcolm Rodriguez in the middle of fives, taking on the aforementioned James St. Germain's Patriots. Hopefully the Patriots don't beat them 29-0. It's too good. That's a good game. 1 versus 18. Huge implications. Patriots 3-2, by the way. Tenacious D, number 6, also undefeated, looking for Malcolm Rodriguez to lose this week. Tenacious D, 5-0, taking on 99% luck, 1% heart. The lovable Rocky Keeling, 2-3. Digger Phelps taking out Take Your Money. Kevin Wilson's having a bad year here, folks. 1-4. Maybe he should get rid of the wink emoji and maybe he would win a game. I don't know. Seems like he's taunting and he's losing. Two things that do not go well in this household, I promise you. Just ask my kid who got in trouble for dancing when he allowed 4 goals in a kindergarten soccer game. It's true. I was like, bro, you allowed 4 goals. Don't do Fortnite dances. Show me them TDs. Number 9 taking on Brady's backup. Number 15, 4-1 and 4-1. Now remember, not only are these games important to get the win, but also helps you with the tiebreaker situation as well. So that's big. Is Renly still sleeping on the couch? Yes. Number 7, Sag Nasty's notch above top notch is the worst, quote unquote, worst of the undefeated teams, taking on Whispering Eyes. Jason Taylor, 3-2, not bad. He's got to win that game. The RV guy, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. They're taking on each other. Both teams disappointing. We hope we see our starting lineup from the RV guy. It's like his lineup settings. Now you see him, now you don't. And then another ranked matchup here is number 5, Bleeding Blue Bombers. Pat Provo Sr. takes on formerly Miss 13, 21, Nasty Nutria. And another ranked matchup. My ball, Zach Ertz, taking on Play with Mike Ditka. Again, these are 2 great owners. The baby of Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Tom Farmer taking on the Clockwork Elves. A lot taking on Do You Even Swift Bro. That's Eric Hester. I think that is right. Maybe I did get the names right. 3-2 versus 5-0. Hester, you got to win that one, man, because teams get 6-0, 7-0. Might as well wrap it up, because let's not forget. You win your conference, you get a bye. So if a team goes and they win their conference, it's like getting 2 wins essentially, because you get a bye to where you do not even have to start anybody. So it's like it's really important to win your conference here, folks. So that's it. We got Muckers versus Steel City Sackers in not the game of the week, but hey, Dustin Hansel if we can get a 2-game win streak going. And then finally, Super Squares. We talked about it. I already made a post about it. Still haven't paid Larry Weinberg though. This week's challenge was most rushing yards for a team. And like I tell you, man, this is why this is cool, I think. You just never know who's going to win. The Saints and their shitbag offense put up 235 rushing yards. And then the Chargers, 238 rushing yards. These are crazy numbers. Crazy. You would never think the Saints-Chargers would be a good square this year. I mean, maybe 3 years ago. The Saints are terrible. They put up 235 rushing yards, probably because they don't have a real quarterback, but still. So there you go. Larry Weinberg wins this one. This next week will be fewest rushing yards, and this is the first week where we have buys, okay? And speaking of buys, here's who's on bye this week, okay? Lions, Texans, Raiders, Titans, okay? None of those guys were going to put up few rushing yards anyway. I don't think, well, maybe the Texans. But The ones where you're going to have problems is like week 11, lowest score, and you got Jaguars, Dolphins, Seahawks. Ugh. That'd be a tough week to have those guys because those, you probably could win. Why is no buys in week 12, by the way? That's weird. Who knows? That'll make the schedule. Anyway, that's your podcast for this week. Hope you don't mind all the throat clearing and coughing, but know that I sacrificed greatly for the enjoyment of this league. And we'll be back next week, hopefully better voiced, better spirited. Have a good day.